Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of our What's Your Career video series, brought to you by Link Your Purpose. My name is Amoy Letter, a sixth grade high school student and mentee with Link Your Purpose, and today's guest host for today's episode. With us today, we have Miss Roseanne Allen, a secondary level educator.
Hello, I'm Moy.
Hello, Miss Roseanne. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine as well.
Okay.
Um, Thank you for accepting the invitation to sit with me. So let's just jump right in. What's your career and what does it entail?
Well, I am a teacher of Spanish at the secondary level. You know, right now I am teaching at the prep school. I'm teaching grade six. However, overall, I am a teacher of Spanish.
Well, I hope later you can give us a little bit of, Spanish, a little something. Okay. What qualities does one need to have to be suited for this career?
Well, as a teacher, when you're going to the classroom, you when you're going to the classroom, you are faced with many students who are not at the same level as others, right? So, you have to be patient, you have to be kind hearted, because sometimes these students, they will definitely rub you the wrong way. However, you have to be able to just be calm and collected and be patient with them as well. So, I would think the number one quality is patience. Number one.
Okay. Okay, I understand. I get what you're saying. Okay, next question. What steps do I need to take to become a secondary level educator?
Well, you go to university. Well, yeah, you go to university and you do the teacher education program. So it's I went to Northern Caribbean University, so it was a college of education and leadership for me. However, if you're going to be a teacher, you go to a teacher's college and you do your different courses, and yeah. And you also do practicum. You also do practicum throughout the years. So you go into the schools and you practice teach. Yeah. And that's how you become a teacher.
Okay. I actually have friends who want to become teachers and they're doing just like what you said. I've seen a few
Okay.
in my school and talk and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man.
how many years of study does one need to acquire this career?
Well, hmm, I would say 3 to 4. I say 3 to 4 because I spent about 4 or 5 years because I had to wait a while to go into practicum. However, the average time is about 4 years, 3 to 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you give me an estimate of what the tuition would be like based on your experience?
Well, why? Well, the tuition. I would say I don't even. I'm going to have to quote NTU prices to you. It's about. I paid about $1 million. I'm not sure because I had a few scholarships and help, so I'm not really sure. But I would say the price is about $1 million. Yeah, yeah. I put it there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Really? Some high money.
yeah.
Very high
Maybe
money.
it's the university that I went to. Maybe that's it. But yeah, last time I checked, it was up there.
Okay. Are there any scholarships available that you know of?
Any scholarships at all? Doesn't have to be teacher related or
Well,
any school.
I would probably lean more to the teacher related. So,
Honestly,
or have
don't
any
know.
more general too.
I don't. Oh, I don't have any teacher related scholarships. I don't know of any. However, I know of a scholarship. I think NCB had scholarships when I was in university, And I know of the Hanover Charities Scholarship. The Hanover Charities, they give out scholarships as well. So
Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to jump on some of those scholarships also. Yes. Okay. Can you share with us any benefits associated with such a career?
well, the benefits associated with teaching. Uh Once you start getting your results from your students, there's always a sense of pride. You know, you're teaching and your students are getting it, they're getting good grades. Oh, yes, I'm definitely doing something good. So there is always that sense of pride. And sometimes your students, they just make it even better for you when they come and they say, Miss, 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 you're my favorite teacher. Miss, you always listen to us. You always help us, even if it's not school related. That sense of pride there, yeah, that comes with it, man.
That sounds amazing. Touch my
It
heart.
is. It is. It is. It is.
Okay. Which subjects do one need to be in to do good in high school to matriculate to college for this career or for this area of
Okay.
study?
Okay. So it all depends on the area you want to teach, right? So for me, I was doing a major in Spanish and a minor in English language. So I needed to get very good grades on Spanish, English language, and English literature, right? So it all depends on the subject that you want to teach. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what has been the most challenging about this career path?
The most challenging. Oh, well, honestly, the most challenging thing for me was having to deal with troublemakers. That's really the most challenging thing. Troublemakers in the classroom, no matter how many times you talk to them, they just won't settle down until, they realize that they're getting some terrible grades. Yeah. Troublemakers, dealing with troublemakers, that's one. And when I first started out teaching, the constant lesson plans, having to write constant lesson plans, that was another thing that I couldn't get into. However, as I as I continued on throughout the months, it just got to be like second nature. You know that when this time come, you have to sit down, you have to write your lesson plans, you have to plan out your lessons, you have to get your materials and everything. So I think those two were the most challenging for me. Yeah.
Okay. What do you love most about your career?
What do I love most? Well, as I said, that just that sense of pride. Sometimes I like my students. Sometimes I'm just kidding. I like my students that I have now. You know, I like my students. They can be very, yeah, they can be very, you know what I mean,
But
and what else? And I just like when I'm able to see my results, I'm able to see the results through my students. So not only on paper, but you can just take them and say, all right, um, probably introduce yourself to this person in Spanish, and they just go quickly. That sense of pride. I like that.
uh,
That's the best for me.
on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how much would you recommend this career?
Ooh, how much would I recommend teaching? Oh my goodness. Well, I would say 7. I would say 7. I would say 7. Why not 10? Because it really, you have to have the temperament for it. So even if you think that, yes, I have the temperament to teach, yep, I'm definitely going into this career, and then you jump into the classroom, you're like, okay, no. Mm-mm. You have to have the temperament for it. So I'd say about a 7.5, 7.5, yeah.
Okay. Are there any books that I can read to gain more knowledge about this career path?
Any books? Ooh. Books. Well, not that I know of. I didn't read much books to get the experience and knowledge of the career path. So, not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Okay. What advice do you have for students watching right now who would like to pursue a similar career path?
Well, for all those of you watching right now who want to become a teacher, you have to be patient. I have been saying it over and over, but I'm going to say it again. You have to be patient. You have to have the mindset that, listen, these students are not going to kill me, first of all, right? But I'm not going to let them do whatever I want, right? Or whatever they want. You have to be patient. You have to have the mindset, have the temperament to deal with students, because it's not every student that you see in the classroom. Not all of them going to be, quick. First of all, not all of them going to be quick. Not all of them going to be able to read, write properly. Yet still they're going through the school system. So patience, temperament, have a good temperament, and yeah, that's really all my advice. It carries you a long way, trust me. It does.
I understand. I remember when I was doing Spanish in high school, and my teacher used to tell me that I read like I'm giving two different languages because I would sometimes pronounce the words like I'm speaking Patois and then English and then Spanish. And she had
Yeah.
a real with me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So as give me a minute. So as language teachers, like foreign language teachers, we have to understand as well that it's a foreign language. It's not the first language of the student. So you can't just get rough with the student when they can't pronounce a certain word, because it's not the language that they grew up hearing. So it, everything ties in, patience.
would you mind giving us a little bit of the Spanish?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Gracias por invitarme a tu programa y buenas noches. What did that say?
I'm
Thank you
picking it.
for inviting me to your program. Good night.
De nada y buenas noches. Am I correct? I
Muy
have a
bien.
I have to
Excelente, excelente.
okay. And that's the end of another exciting episode. Thank you, Miss Roseanne Allen, for sitting with us. It has
Thank
been indeed a pleasure. Special thanks to our visitors for sticking with us and hope you find this episode to be informative and satisfying. In case you have more questions, you can always visit us at our website, www.linkyourpurposecareers.com, and talk to a professional in your area. Please join us again next time for another episode of What's Your Career video series, brought to you by Link Your Purpose.